Mission accomplished, General Flagg. The G.I. Joe team has secured the Cobra stronghold, and we've captured some sort of battle robot. Steeler and Clutch are dismantling it now. We're going to need a cleanup crew, an ambulance for our wounded, and a truck to haul away the robot.
Breaker, were there any serious injuries?
Yes, sir. A half-dozen Cobra troopers thought they had old Snake Eyes disarmed. Shoot, General. He shouldn't be allowed to carry that thing in his boot. It's gotta be against the Geneva Convention.
Hey, Steeler, what about the robot's control console? We hauling this away, too?
Nah. Rock and Roll must have pumped 200 rounds of 7.62 NATO into those circuit boards. That sucker's redlined for the scrap heap, Clutch.
Breaker, your backup team is on the way. They'll be in 3 vehicles disguised as mail trucks. Get the robot back to the G.I. Joe Command Center, the pit, and run some preliminary scans on it. The tech team from Aberdeen will be up sometime tomorrow to give it the hairy eyeball. And stop chewing that gum.
Yes, sir.
Heads up, Joes! Our transport's here! Put the prisoners in the first truck and load the robot in the second truck. Scarlet and I will ride in the third truck with the wounded.
Hawk, the prisoners are going to the stockade at Fort Hamilton, and the wounded are going in the back door of the VA hospital.
Check. Clutch, I'm sending Breaker back with you and Steeler. He can ride in the back with the robot.
Phase 1 of our plan has been completed, Cobra Commander.
That was the easy part. The next phase will be very tricky indeed.
Clutch, why are we taking the Verrazano Narrows Bridge? The ferry's a much nicer ride.
Can't let the cargo stand still, Steeler. We'd have a heap of trouble if an unauthorized civilian took a peek in the back. Imagine what these Staten Islanders would think they knew what was rolling through their streets in the dead of night.
That ain't nothing, Clutch. What if they knew what was under the chaplain's assistant school in Fort Wadsworth?
Send us all the way down to the computer level, Zap.
That's a long trip, hombre. Sure you don't want to see the in-flight movie? It's Journey to the Center of the Earth.
Zap, you're about as funny as a chest wound.
He's right, though, Steeler. It is a long way down to the computer level. Is there a reason for the computers in living quarters being on the lowest levels of the pit?
Personal survival.
Huh?
Let's put it this way. If the bad guys popped a small nuke on Fort Wadsworth, which is highly unlikely, the motor pool would be instantly vaporized. The crater would extend down at least to the heavy equipment level. My tank would disappear. The shockwave would disintegrate all of the equipment on the briefing room level, and the radiation would kill every living thing down as far as the training level. The bottom 2 levels, with the living quarters, computers, generators, and life support systems, can be sealed off with the automatic blast door system and continue to function with a comparatively favorable survival quotient.
Does that mean we won't glow in the dark?
Have you been taking lessons from Zap?
Why do we have to stay up all night scanning this pile of tin? I thought the eggheads from Aberdeen were going to pick it apart tomorrow.
Security breaker. Our friends at Cobra might be pulling a double whammy on us.
Yeah, old Iron Butt here might be up to his stainless steel ears in sensors, scramblers, and, dare I say it, booby traps.
You mean this thing might have a bomb in its shorts?
Not likely. Our sensors show no active mechanical or electronic devices. That rules out a timer. The chemical scan shows no explosives. What we've got here is one dead robot.
Scarlet and I came back to change into dress greens before making a showing at the chaplain's assistant's social tea, which is being held in the motor pool upstairs. Must maintain our cover, you know. Snake Eyes, Flash, and Stalker will collect your weapons for storage in the arms room.
Sounds good, Hawk.
We're done with the scan. How about some breakfast, guys?
Heck, let's have lunch and dinner while we're at it.
Well, tell me, Colonel, how do soldiers assigned to a chaplain's motor pool manage to acquire such an impressive array of decorations?
Well, ma'am, And we're not driving the Padre to chapel. We're out hunting down international terrorists.
Colonel, you're pulling my leg. Terrorists, indeed. Bacon and eggs.
Pardon?
Bacon and eggs. I could swear I smelled bacon and eggs frying in here.
Steeler, you want your cackle fruit runny or rubbery?
Somewhere in between. The bacon can stand being a bit crispier.
Flash, I sure would like to know why old Snake Eyes always volunteers to clean all the weapons himself.
Real simple, Stalker. He doesn't want your weapon to jam if you're covering him.
Cobra Commander, the chemical timer in the robot's right hand is due to activate itself in 30 seconds.
Good. By now, our little sleeper should be in the very heart of the G.I. Joe Command Center, wherever that is. We can't control or communicate with the robot as long as it is within the command center. The facility must be radio and ray shielded, as well as thoroughly blast shielded. But the blast shielding is its weakness. To be totally secure, the command center must be fitted with automatic blast doors between all levels and compartments. The central computer programming for activating these blast doors must of necessity be simple and follow a recognizable pattern. And when our robot hand discovers that pattern, it will scan the sensors to find all occupied sectors. Lock those specific blast doors. And once the blast doors have all been secured, the robot hand will activate its other components and proceed to phase 3 of our plan.
Don't mess with that access plate, Clutch. We may be under attack.
No way, Steeler. The alarms would have gone off first. It's probably a computer foul-up. That's the armbar and counterweight that locks the blast door. But without a crowbar or a pipe wrench, we're not going to be able to budge it. Best to sit tight and wait for help.
You know, Clutch, I don't buy this computer foul-up nonsense. Something's fishy, and I aim to find out what. Stand aside.
Steeler, you're some kind of crazy. That blast door is 200 pounds of dead weight. Those counterweights ain't fooling about being heavy.
Breaker, you never had to replace a bogey wheel on a tank in the field. Just grab that chair and jam it into the door. Now!
Shoot, I knew you could do it, Steeler. Just giving you a hard time is all.
Our first priority is getting out. Any of the heavier weapons in here could easily knock this door down, but the blast would probably kill us. Totally unacceptable. At full power, the laser rifle would do the trick, but it would eat up too much oxygen too fast. We'd suffocate before the door was burned through. Equally unacceptable. Our only chance is the laser rifle on low power, concentrating on the lock mechanism.
It's your ballgame, Flash. Snake Eyes and I are gonna bunk out to conserve air. Wake us when the door's open.
You got it.
What's the rush, Clutch? A minute ago, you were willing to wait it out.
Something ain't right, and I got a hunch it's that robot in the computer room.
But we scanned that thing inside and out. It's inert. Besides, it's been dismantled. I hope you don't think it got up off the table and reassembled itself.
Holy spit! Breaker, you said a mouthful.
Don't I know it? I'm eating those words now, and they ain't tasty. That robot's between us and the arm.
It's probably locked anyway. I suggest an orderly retreat back up the stairs. Hold on, guys. I got an idea.
Hurry, Clutch. Get the lead out. That robot's coming up the stairs.
Phew, this PX aftershave is the worst.
cutting it real close. Air's getting bad already.
Hear it, Clutch?
I ain't deaf, you know.
Hey, you with the Peterbilt tuxedo. How's about a face full of cheap cologne? Don't like it? No need to get burnt up about it.
Foreign object detected.
Our robot is programmed to fight its way out of the G.I. Joe Command Center. Once in the open, it will transmit a homing beacon.
That would be picked up by our directional receivers.
And give us the exact location of the G.I. Joe's home base.
Very strange. Just a little while ago, there seemed to be the aroma of bacon and eggs in the air. Now I seem to smell an electrical fire.
Colonel, do you think?
I wouldn't worry about it, O'Hara. It's probably just a crosswind from the mess hall. And if that's the case, the smell isn't half as bad as it could be.
I can hear it moving out there, Clutch.
Give it another minute. Maybe the fire will blow one of its main circuits.
Hey, it's gone.
It can't be gone.
Where can it be? How do you hide a 10-foot-tall robot that's on fire?
It's got to be on this level. We didn't hear any other stairwell doors opening.
I don't like this.
You and me both.
Come on, guys, let's check the training area.
Nothing here. Let's look by the pool.
Hold on, Clutch. What are we going to do if we find it? Spit at it?
Not a bad idea, Breaker. You could shove that wad of gum you're always chewing down its throat and bubble it to death.
What's the matter, Breaker? That gum got your teeth stuck together?
Tain't funny, Steeler.
Cool it, you guys.
Look! It submerged itself in the pool to put out the fire!
Head for the elevator. This elevator only goes up as far as the garage level.
It'll have to do.
Man, look at all that heavy hardware. And none of it is loaded. All the ammo is locked in the armory 6 levels down. You hear that? The robot's busting down the elevator doors below us.
I hear the cable straining. It's climbing up after us.
That's okay. I'll just send the car back down on top of it.
Wow, that sucker's tough. It smashed the elevator and it's still climbing.
Well then, we'll just chuck this laser cannon upside his head.
Yeah.
Oh no, missed.
That rust bucket is standing on the ledge of the briefing room level.
There go the elevator doors.
Dollars to donuts, he's making for the stairs again.
Steeler, help me scrounge up some paint. Breaker, do we have any aluminum foil?
Yeah, we use it to chafe enemy radar.
Uh-oh, looks like we finished spreading out that foil just in time.
That's right, Clutch. Here goes nothing.
That paint should put the kibosh on its visual receptors.
System override.
It's got to rely on radar to track us, and that radar's bouncing off that aluminum foil as if it were a solid floor. Instead of the open pit of the hydraulic lift well, it goes all the way back down 6 floors to the computer level.
What was that sound? It sounded like a Mack truck full of anvils going off a cliff. It came from somewhere below us.
No, that must have been some sort of acoustical phenomenon. There's nothing below us but solid Staten Island.
Cobra Commander, our fuel situation is becoming critical. If the robot does not transmit the homing beacon within 10 minutes, we will be forced to abort the mission.
We'll wait until the last possible moment. I've waited too long to stage a full frontal assault on the G.I. Joe home base. The robot will succeed, and we shall destroy the command center.
Stalker, Snake Eyes, the door's open. Let's go.
Hey, you guys are just in time to help us clean up.
Dang! Wow, Those Aberdeen honchos are gonna be mad. You guys broke their new toy.
Well, it almost broke us. Hey, look!
The head! It's still moving. It's sprouting tentacles.
What's it doing?
You asking me?
I'll tell you what it's doing. It's climbing up the shaft.
No big deal. I'll just knock it back down.
Good shot, Flash. No wonder it was jumping around. It had bugs in its head.
Huh. Don't look like any bugs I've ever seen.
Boy, howdy. This here is a walking transmitter with a homing device.
There are recesses for a dozen bugs in here. That leaves 11 of the little devils.
Spread out, Joes. If just one of them makes it to the surface, the pit is compromised. We've got to smash every single one.
Hawk, it sounds like a small firefight is going on down in the pit. The chaplains are beginning to wonder.
I know, Scarlet, but we dare not do anything until the tea is over.
But...
Cobra Commander, the robot signal is way past overdue. In 3 minutes, the fuel situation will reach a critical point. Our safe return to our own base will be endangered.
We will wait the full 3 minutes.
Whew. That robot must have knocked out our internal sensors when it jammed the blast doors. It'll take time to get them back in operation.
Until you do, we'll have to track these bugs by hand.
And foot.
It's done. We got the sensors back.
Start tracking, Breaker. We've accounted for all the bugs except one.
I've got it, Stalker. Oh, no!
What is it, Breaker? What's wrong?
It's within inches of the surface grate to the motor pool. We'll never stop it in time. Cobra's going to be on us like flies on a cow pie as soon as that little transmitter starts bleeping.
We've had it.
I say, there's something moving under this grate. What? It's a bug! An insect!
Is that all, Padre? We're used to that around the motor pool.
Hey, watch out!
Smashed bug parts?
Cobra Commander, the 3 minutes are up. We must terminate this mission.
Order all units to return to Cobra Central. Luckily, we have more than one plan to destroy G.I. Joe.
If I didn't know any better, I'd swear that I heard people cheering under that grate.
Must be some more of that acoustical phenomenon the Colonel mentioned earlier.
You know, Scarlet, I may have been pushing the Joes a bit too hard lately. I think I'll recommend them for a little extra leave time.
Good idea, Hawk. Sounds like they're going buggy down there.